Peace and love, peace and love. Sister Nzinga here in my favorite spot, doing one of my favorite things. Hey y'all, we flowing and growing with Sister Nzinga tonight. Apologize for being a little late, but I had a wonderful day up at the farm, and it was just splendid. Or just being out in nature. Oh my gosh. See, look a little rosy on my cheeks, like I got a lot of sun today. But yeah, so here we are, guys. So peace and blessings. Thank you to everyone who's watching, flowing and growing, sharing and caring, sharing. And please, I just want to encourage you to please leave comments to let me know how I'm doing, what your thoughts are, how it's affecting you. Is it affecting you? Any suggestions, corrections, anything of the sort, just, leave a comment. Today we're going to talk about the brothers, because we really need to think about this acronym, THINK, it ain't illegal yet, which talks about the word think, T-H-I-N-K, taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. We have got to stop doing shit the old way that we've been doing it, and we've got to because we got the information. We know the stuff. We know, but knowing it and using it is two different things. If you're not taking the information that you are learning and implementing it, that means you're still doing the same shit. And then you sit there getting mad because you want a different result. Like, why come shit ain't changing? Or why come things ain't doing different? Da-da-da-da. Because you got stuff in your mind that's different. But why come you don't see no different results? It's because you haven't implemented the new ideas. You can't do old shit and expect to have a new outcome. So today I want to talk about some loving up on the brothers. I'm loving up on you, but beating you up at the same time. But the beating up that I'm doing it's about love, because if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't be making these comments and thinking about, suggestions and things to be aware of, and reminders and just of anything, the information I'm sharing, because the brothers have been through a hell of a lot from way back in the day when they used to just hang out brothers. Can you imagine? I just can't fucking imagine just being hung by a tree just because you're black. And then nobody not doing, the fact that you couldn't do anything about it because the fear that you have, because, either you going to be next, or you just sit back and just say, okay, I'm glad that I'm alive right now, because some of the stuff I wouldn't be able to tolerate. But anyway, from way back then when they used to hang us, and then they used to take, the man's penis and his testicles as prizes or something, and have them in jars, or, all that kind of weird stuff. So these people, they know who we are, they know the power that we have, and that's why they continue to want to try to destroy the black man. And they know that the black man is the leader of the family. So when you don't have that family dynamics, sometimes some things fall apart. And that's kind of what we are now. Things are falling apart because a lot of us don't have that full family dynamic. So we have to keep these things in mind and know that, to learn from our past experiences about things that have happened to us. So the brothers, I'm just saying, just be mindful of all the things that other brothers have been through to get to be where we are today. And in doing so, we have to be mindful and grateful and start doing some things differently, so we don't just continue to just go down. Because, just from way back to, from that part to when they implemented this thing with the welfare, even though there's more white people on welfare than it is black, so look that up, that, what we had to do was, the problem was they wanted us to have our man outside the house. So they don't give you no money or food stamps, I guess it's welfare back then, and food stamps, the same thing. That you had to do things where, you had to hire the good iron, and take down some of your pictures because you're supposed to act like you're poor or whatever. But, we know how to take a little bit of something, make a lot out of it. That's what we do. So, and at that point, you had to, not have the man in the household, in order to be able to collect those funds, which is crazy. So from that to, just watching our music, for instance, back in the day, we had the Delphinas, the Temptations, the Jackson 5, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, and all the other brothers. When you saw that they got out there to perform, James Brown, because James Brown and everybody in his band, they wore suits. Like all the way back to, what's the man, the Hottie, Cap Calloway, man. How he used to wear tails when he did his performances. but how we went to that excellence of showing ourselves that excellence, that we would excel and show ourselves as has come down to brothers up on the stage now with t-shirts on, and our pants hanging out behind and the shoes unfastened. You see how they have destroyed our minds, and can you think? And do you really think that it's improvement? But things are supposed to change. Yeah, things are supposed to change, but to change from that to that, I mean, no, we're not growing at all. That's not progress. That is a change, but it's not no progress. So the way we represent ourselves is very important. I'm not trying to say you have to wear, what other people wear, because I'm definitely not one for that. I create my own style, and that's what you should do the same. Just like when people want to, you think that you don't want to wear a certain sneaker, sweater, or different these things with people's brand names on them because those things not in style anymore. Well, that's bullshit, because, I'm going to wear whatever I want to wear. It doesn't matter who says it's in style right now. I bought it, I liked it, it looked good on me, so I'm going to wear it. But, I ain't wearing them sneakers no more. No, nobody wear them no more. Well, you crazy as hell, but them sneakers are still in good condition. You don't want to wear it. And then, the brothers be really tight. But I guess everybody that wears sneakers, I'm not a sneaker person. People wear sneakers, they be particular about their sneakers because, don't step on their sneakers, and the sneakers got to be this. Don't have no crease in them, and so on, so on, so. But, again, these are things that are been told that these are the trending, this is the style, whatever, but these are things that keep us financially in the close to the negative, because we spend so much money on a sneaker, and do you understand that the rubber on the sneakers, they're separating our bodies. There's a thing called grounding, 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 and it's important for us to ground, us to be able to have our feet to touch the earth, because we are electric, and the vibes and the energy from the earth onto us. But then they start implemented this sneaker thing, and look this up. They did this intentionally to put this rubber between us, so we don't have the energy transformation from our bodies down to the earth. So anyway, they got even children wearing sneakers, not even those hard shoes anymore, which is crazy. But yeah, so again, look that up about, the energy not being properly coming through our bodies and the grounding. But they do so many things to make us not get those things that are natural to us. Like, the fluoride. The fluoride, it puts decay on our, not one of it's decay, but it does something with the pineal gland. It closes it up or blocks it in some type of way. And that's not really good for us, so we shouldn't be using the fluoride, because it's not. We want to keep our third eye open. But anyway, I don't want to get off the subject. The subject is about our brothers, and I love our brothers. I love us, but I just think that we have got to be. You've got to just be mindful of who you are and whose you are, and where you come from, about your history, your past. You're not this slouchy thing, and like this thing with the pants sagging. I just can't get with it. I don't see how, the style is, just because that's the style that people are doing it. This is intentionally to make us look bad. So like I said, to take us, excuse me, please, to take us from, being, presenting ourselves in suits, shoes, and, remember the zoot suits? That's even something else. That was the whole genre for a while, the zoot suits. And, but to have us from dressing like that down to, sneakers, with our sneakers untied, our pants hanging below our behind, and a white t-shirt and an undershirt. What happened to the brothers wearing a nice shirt, a shoe, a pair of pants? Brothers, you got to change that. We got to change that. Our image is so important. It's someone else's idea that we're following to make us to follow the designs and ideas of other people with these styles that we're wearing. That's not who I meant. You're a king. You're a king, and you should represent that. So I'm just saying this out of love that, our brothers and sometimes our older brothers are still out here walking around with your baseball cap backwards, your pants hanging down. Sometimes the brothers do put a belt on it, and it's just right there on the hip, but they got the belt on because, if they at least 50 years old, they should be mindful of that shit. So, but But, just pull them all the way up and put a shoe on, man. Put a shoe on. Sit on a shoe. But, sometimes, because same way that they make you, think that this is the style, this is what they put in the minds of the females, making them think that, this is what is attractive. But some of us do have a mind of our own and don't find that shit attractive at all. So, I'm just saying this out of love, my brothers, because you are king. I'm honoring you. I'm respecting you. And I want you to respect yourself. And, and we have to, old grown folks still hanging on the corner, 50 and 60 years old, still hanging on the corners. They was hanging on when they was in junior high and high school, and some brothers taking a lot of time with this damn PlayStation thing. No, what's the saying about when I was a boy, I did childish things, and when I was a man, but it has something to do with like putting away the toys, because brothers have gadgets, nothing wrong with that. Sisters, they got their little stuff too. But brothers they like gadgets, and so, but this thing with these things, and then most of those times, the games that they're playing, it's like fighting and robbing or driving real fast and crashing, and it's all negative vibe stuff. What you see, what you do, what you spend your time with, those are the vibes that are going to be coming into you. And you don't want that. You don't want that kind of vibe. That's why people think it's really okay to just somebody, these young people over here get mad at somebody and they just literally just shoot them. And don't feel no way. And walk away. If you shoot somebody, even if it was by accident, if it was just, between me and that other person, I shot first. Because, so if it's life and death, what you going to do? You're going to shoot first. But I hope not being in that type of situation. I mean, I would still break down and feel some kind of way about shooting somebody. But it's like, see, it's becoming their norm, because they play these games and they watch the movies and all this kind of nonsense, and you make it your reality. That shit ain't real. That's TV. So my brothers, I love you. I love you. Please come back and take your stance and where your place where you need to be. Be the providers you can be. Be the leaders that you are. Take some time and spend some time with yourself. And brothers, it's okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to have some, take some time, meditate if you need to, read a book. Just spend time by yourself, because you're working on yourself. We all got to work on ourselves, and we need our men. We need y'all, because, we at war. We at war, and we need our men to stand up and be the righteous brothers and the leaders and the kings that they were born to be. So I'm just saying this out of love, my brothers, but there's just some things that are reflected negatively based on a lot of our brothers following someone else's idea in fashion, in food, in ideas, places to go, the way you act, the car you drive, what you listen to. Take your mind back, bruh. Take your mind back. Find something that's unique, something that you really like. And don't be ashamed because everybody don't listen to that kind of music. When you get in the car, can you change the station? Hell no, I'm in my car. I'm listening to what I want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? We have to be able to think and make decisions based on what's best for ourselves. So I'm just saying this and just loving up on you, hugging up on you, but I'm beating up on you in love, because we need our brothers. We need our brothers. That we need the kings that we were to lead us. Even though historically there were times when we had a matriarchic society, which was run by the sisters, but our brothers are kings, and we need our kings back. All right, so I'm gonna just say that thanks again for listening to Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga, everybody. Continue to share and care. I love you. God loves you more, and I'll talk to you again later next time. All right, peace and blessings.